Hello, so I'm going to walk you through steps to draw this skull painted by Georgia O'Keeffe. Typically I would draw lighter than what I'm about to draw, but I just want to make sure you can see it on screen. So as with most drawings we start, I recommend kind of being sketchy, loose with your hand, and then if you need to erase, you can. So I'm going to start with those stripes in the background. And I know that I'll do some erasing later on, but we had those two side border stripes and then one right down the center. If you want to use a straight edge, you can, but you don't have to. Towards the top, we see the top of the skull. It doesn't seem quite lined up exactly. So you can see I started that not quite in the middle. So just a few waves in the line across the top here. That horn. Arches in. Same thing on the other side. Remember, if I'm going too fast or you need to erase, just pause the video. And then we have this general kind of like diamond shape in the center. And then we're going to reference this picture again. So I'm not going to be too stressed about making sure every one of these lines is exact. I just want to get this general style. So make sure the proportion, size is similar, but please don't panic about those little pieces. Because that is hard to copy exactly. I notice there is that crack down the center, so I'm going to start with that. Gets a little wider here. And then I'm showing that jaggedy edge, you know, that really makes this skull look like it's been weathered. It's been out in the desert, which is where Georgia O'Keeffe would have found it. This side is even more jaggedy. And the way this is really going to look like her artwork is that after we draw it, when we paint it, we can notice all these different values will match the colors in the background. So I'm just looking at the little ridges in the drawing. And of course, if it's easier for you to just look at the picture on the Canvas page rather than follow along with the video, please do. But if you're feeling lost on where to start, maybe just watching you know, my tactics could be helpful. Okay, so here I know this is part of that eye socket. The jawline, and again, this is really broken down. It's hard to even tell what some of these pieces would be. That's okay. But when we paint this, it'll really remind us of O'Keeffe's work. Okay, this side, similar curve. And I'm noticing this comes a little lower than the other side. Okay, I'm going to go in and erase out some of those lines, but I think this is a great place to work from to paint. So after you get some of those areas cleaned up, please make sure your name is on it and you can turn this in, and we will paint during our next art class.